Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Alliance live show number 22. This is your host, Ramon Azab, a.k.a. Reman with the Alliance, and I'm joined by my co-host, good old Maurice. How you doing tonight, Maurice?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just keeping it golden.
How is your guild doing in territory battles today?
We're doing pretty well today, man. We're looking probably at 40 stars we could get this week. So
40 stars. Okay.
Kicking butt.
Panda is also joining us today, a member of the Alliance Alpha with me. How you doing today, Panda?
Oh, I'm fine. You know, you guys asked me to come on, so I was like, you know, why not?
Panda, yeah.
Yes, Panda is a big contributor in the Alliance Guild, and he helps out as an officer with a lot of the recruiting and also the placement of people in the community. So he's definitely a big part of the puzzle here. So what you're looking at right now is some footage I recorded a little bit earlier this year when I was at Capitol Games, or at least in California. Whoever's got that sound going on the mic has to chill out. I hear some stuff in the background.
What's up?
Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Sorry. Anyway, what you're looking at is some footage I recorded a little bit earlier this year, just kind of showing you what the Empire squad could look like in Arena, or Fleet Arena at least, if you had a 7-star TIE Fighter pilot, 7-star TIE Advanced, 7-star Gauntlet Starfighter, and a 7-star TIE Reaper. Now, I would love to have a full arena squad of Empire ships. Unfortunately, 2 of these ships are pretty hard to attain. So the Gauntlet Starfighter you can get out of the fleet shipments, but unfortunately you also need to have pretty well geared, you're going to have Gar Saxon and the Imperial Super Commando, and the TIE Reaper just isn't available at all. Unless you're buying the fleet packs, which I bought at the offset, when they first came out, I bought some of those packs. But now that I have, majority of the ships at 7-star, it doesn't make sense to buy the packs just for the one ship. So I'm hoping that they eventually drop this TIE Reaper somewhere where it's available to get. They haven't really followed the same cadence with these ships that they have with the characters. Also, really looking to get Kylo Ren's command shuttle. That's a really cool ship as well. We're going to see some footage of that here as well in a minute. Do you have any shards for any of these ships, Maurice?
Not the TIE Reaper Kylos. I've got Starfighter almost finished. But on the podcast, there's a podcast I listened to a while back, and they said that these ships weren't released under the new cadence, under the new rules of the cadence. So therefore, they don't have to go the same route as the other ships do. We did get the Phoenix ships, based on the cadence, and I guess we also got the. Right. But these other 2 are still a mystery.
Right. So they need to be available somewhere. I'm more interested, honestly, in Kylo Ren's command shuttle. Big fan of that ship. I really wanted that ship when ships first came out. That was like one of the ships I thought of that I would really like to have, and. It's it's not necessarily the greatest ship. Panda, you have this ship, right?
Yeah, I do. When they had the $3,000 crystal pack, I bought it in hopes of getting TIE Advanced, and I got the Reaper.
Okay. Now you also have Kylo Ren's command shuttle, right?
I do.
How is that ship? I mean, do you see it when you have it at 7 stars being any more of a viable ship than the other ships that you have?
I mean, it's tough to say because I don't have the first order characters, properly geared for the ship, so they may make the ship, but as it is now, it's not viable. Okay.
What do you think about the TIE Reaper from the times you probably tried that out? Because I'm sure you maybe you don't use it in arena, but you probably mess around with it, especially in territory battles or in in some of the challenges. I'm sure you mess around with it a little bit here and there.
Oh yeah, no, actually I used to use it in Arena, but because it's only at 3 stars, people figured out that the way to beat my team was just to target the Tyreek first. Usually when I use it, it's an easy win because, with the current meta for ships, it's whoever's Imperial Assault from Tarkin's ship goes first wins.
Exactly.
But, mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good ship. I think that from the time I did get to try it, I definitely saw a lot of merit in it. I didn't think it was worth the price tag when it first came out. For those crystals, I think it was like $29.99 to get shards for that. So it was pretty expensive. But I would like to see a cheaper pack come out, or maybe it come into the shipments somewhere, even into the new guild events store. That would be cool. So we could use some of the territorial battles currency for it. I mean, even if we got 3 shards like they did with the Cassian U-Wing, that'd be pretty cool. I'd start farming it there. In addition to Hermit Yoda. Are you guys all farming Hermit Yoda or no? Are you guys holding off?
Well, personally, I'm sitting on everything. I am buying Cassian's U-Wing, but I will get Yoda. I'm just kind of sitting on it just because it's a brand new game mode, so they could possibly tweak how how much currency you get, what goes in the shop, maybe some of the prices. Like I think they've announced that they're tweaking the rewards already, right? This is after the second one, so maybe there's a change in the shop. So I just kind of want to sit on it and hoard just to see what happens.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to get Yoda anyway, probably, and that's going to eat it all up in a matter of minutes. So.
And that's a smart choice. What about you, Panda? You getting Hermit Yoda shards right now?
No, same choice. I'm actually sitting on it. I'm really considering buying a certain gold piece that gives Poe the extra 10% potency and 5% health steal and a bunch of other stats. It's kind of ridiculous that one piece has so much benefit.
Okay.
But, I'm still hesitant to do it.
I understand. Well, I'm considering buying some gear, but really mostly I'm really farming Yoda. So I'm going for Yoda. I already have 21 Yoda shards because you got that 1 shard for completing a certain amount of stars. I'm looking forward to trying to get him up. He seems to be a good option for Arena. From one of my fellow Game Changers videos I saw Mobile Gamer put out. He looks pretty good. But you mentioned or touched on a little bit about the only bit of news that we really have to cover this week, and that's that the territory battles rewards might see some changes. Now, what CG Cozy Spoon said was, with this week heralding another close to territory battles, you may notice that the next foray on the frosty map of Hoth isn't showing up on the countdown timer yet. The next iteration of territory battles will return next week with changes to the reward system and functionality. So we only know, who knows what that means, right? What do you think that means as far as functionality is concerned? Do you think they're going to change the difficulty levels of territory battles at all? Do you think they're going to change the amount of waves or the amount of battles that we have, period? Maybe the amount of character GP that you need to deploy in certain phases? What do you guys think?
Oh, I don't know. Are they considering just like dumbing it down already? Like,
I don't know. They did. They did that to the HAAT, right? For the regular version, not for heroic, but they did it to the AAT. So why wouldn't they do that to territory battles? Now I don't know if they're never necessarily going to go that route, but I think for sure they're going to make some sort of adjustment to the difficulty level for guilds that aren't necessarily reaching 40 stars plus. So I think some of the guilds, I don't think they're going to make it so that it'll be easier for, let's say, the guilds that are almost already there to get to 45 stars. I think it'll be more of a helper for some of the guilds that are getting less stars, maybe like in the 20s, and maybe they'll get a bump into the 30s or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
They could potentially make maybe the first 3 or 4 phases way easier and just keep 5 and 6 the same. That would allow some of the smaller guilds to get higher, but at the same time there'd still be a big separation from the 35 to 45 star range could work and still be fair to everyone, both large guilds and small.
Okay, so I happen to have saved my territory battles here for the live show. So we're going to get into this right now. I'm going to start off with the ship mission. Now, you said that you have some people in your guild that can't complete this right now. Why are they having issues? Is it because they were just unprepared, or is it because they just don't have good enough ships to beat the challenge?
We actually, in Zeta, we actually had an issue, just kind of blindsided me personally. We kind of lacked a few 6-star Akbar and Maces. Everyone, favored Tarkin and really went the dark side ship route. So we're catching up in that department.
Okay.
We're very close this time. I think we'll be able to get it just from last week. We were super close last week. And just from our improvement of our just ships alone, GP-wise, we might be able to get over the hump. We'll see. Let's take a look here. So we're about 4 million short, but we still got combat missions left in that territory, so it's looking pretty good. I like our chances this week.
I think where we're coming up short is really in the deployment part. Not deployment part. In the platooning part, where we don't necessarily have some of the harder to get ships like the Millennium Falcon or Kylo Ren ship. We don't have those ships at 7 stars, so there's very few people that can actually platoon those ships that are in the guild. So we're coming a little short there. Panda, how is that looking right now? We only have 13 of 15 on this one today. So we don't have a full 6. We don't have all 6 complete, right? We're not getting that completion for platooning for ships.
No, we're not yet, because no one in the guild has 7-star Cassian or Kylo's ship. So it'll be a while until someone either farms it from the TV rewards event shop, and the Kylo ship, as you said, isn't farmable currently. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's whoever is buying the packs to get it, and because it's available in the mega packs, right? Not in those single packs, but you can get Kylo's ship in the mega packs, right?
I believe so. Last time I checked.
We've got a request in the chat to use that special ability on the left, your ion cannon.
Oh, I'm using it. I'm just going to use it in the last phase right here. This is for you. This is for you.
It's really not necessary, but they want to see what it does, I guess.
Yeah, it's it does like a pretty hardcore single blast. So to take out the Slave 1, it was a good option. But these ship battles are really kind of a joke.
Wow, that did so much damage, didn't it?
Yeah,
I'm kind of I'm happy these battles are super easy, but at the same time I'm a little disappointed because the game lacks so much ship content. There's nothing there for ships, and we get something to do with the ships, and you can just pretty much you can pretty much auto it all the way up. I don't know, maybe not the 6th phase. You might not want to auto that, but
you don't want to auto it because the computer is really stupid, right? It's not just it'll just do things that are just dumb, right? Just not call in characters. Now, when I first saw this, and I thought to myself, okay, we got to start off with 3 characters. I thought they were going to limit you to 3 characters. I didn't think you were going to be able to, still call in, reinforcements. So being that you can call in the reinforcements, and eventually have 5 ships on the board, it just seems, a little too easy. I think it'd be a lot more interesting if you just had to keep 3 ships out there. But that's just my opinion. So, Panda, how much longer do you think till we get to do this this 7-star mission here for CLS and Rolo?
Well, they did say that it's only going to be 1 territory battle per week. So the way it's going, it's about 6 more weeks until we're able to do it.
Okay.
So, not too long. You need to start gearing up those characters.
All right.
Going to be there way before we're going to be there. How high do you think are you guys anticipating the gear levels need to be on Leia and Captain Han?
It's tough to see, honestly. I mean, we haven't seen the battles yet. We don't know if it's like every other special mission, but I assume it's not going to be.
Because just Gear 11, Captain Han and Rolo, that's going to break my heart. just
thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself using those two characters anywhere else in the game, unless they're Raid in the future where you just have tons of Empire units. I don't really see them being helpful anywhere else except territory battles.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay.
Who knows, right? We can only tell once we participate in it, really. So I can give you a better answer.
Yeah. I warned you about this mission earlier today. I made a huge mistake, and on the final wave, I had a bunch of those snowtroopers with the skulls that counter and assist. So I went in there in the first move and I just chucked Cassian's grenade, and they all countered and all assisted each other. It just basically one shot my base. So watch out for the snowtroopers with the skulls.
Well, this is the Rogue One mission,
yeah.
So this should be okay.
Yeah.
I have a pretty strong Rogue One team. Unless I get like a whole bunch of skulls at the end, I should be all right. Oh, that's bad.
I mean, once you keep your specials on cooldown, you should be fine going into wave 5 and then into wave 6.
Yeah, Rogue One I didn't really have a problem with last week. It's the next battle that we're going to do that I'm really more concerned about, and we'll have to see what happens there. But I did not fare so well last week in that battle. I did get through wave 4, and I died in wave 5. So we'll have to see. Hopefully, I'm able to pull it out. But I think I'm going to use a different squad this week for sure. Last week I want to say I definitely misjudged it. Like, I definitely took it for granted and thought that I was going to beat it. And I rolled with a wedge team and Biggs, and that was a very squishy team to run there. And I think I underestimated the battle for sure. So this week I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to go in with a better squad, but I still don't know if I have enough gear and the right mods on the squad to get the job done. So we'll have to see what happens. But
you aren't alone there, man. I would say probably 90% of the player base underestimated the difficulty of that mission and just tried to bring in some leftover rebel squad and got come phase 4 and they're all gone. You're like, whoa, what has happened? So it's week 2 and everyone's learning their lessons and picking up tricks and tips and stuff along the way. You got to take the mission of the 6th phase seriously. Like, you really got to pay attention to what's going on, because one mistake, you're roasted.
You're right about that.
Yeah, I can't tell you. Last week, the platoons required a lot of truth and bases, and I decided to assign mine to the platoons, and I went into the battle with Pathfinder and Bistan, and boy, oh boy, I had the worst time. I still managed to clear 5 out of 6 waves, but still, it was, I went into the 6th wave with one guy standing.
I've always loved Bistan. He's always been one of my little cute characters that I like to use. I can't find a use for him at all in TB. Like, he's kind of worthless. He's so squishy. He's just I don't know. Pointed. I had high hopes for him.
Bistan? He's a great character. I feel like, he's just great in other content, like the Rancor raid, for example. But he just doesn't have the functionality like an arena or anything like that. But he definitely has a cool.
Well, just is his main bag. Just taking off 100% turn meter. It's just you're facing 6 enemies and you take away one guy's turn meter. It's helpful, but it's not like game changing like it is in a raid environment. Where you're just focusing on one or two, one character.
Especially when you get that death loop, you can't really stop it from happening. Because they're just going to be elite characters are just going to attack until there's nothing to attack again.
Dude, those snowtrooper ops, they go invisible and you get below a certain amount of health, they'll finish you off. Like they hit so hard. Yeah, you got one here on this map, the guy in the very back. If he goes stealth and you guys aren't 100% health, he'll just wipe you out. It's crazy.
Yeah, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
But what was
That's the most amount of explosives I've seen.
Yeah, you just had like 8 of them on it. That was awesome.
You got a lucky days they didn't counter.
Look at Panda trying to talk it down. This is pretty ballsy of you, man. Just putting your combat missions on display for all of your guild to critique. Pretty ballsy.
Well, I want the people like Panda that can learn from it to kind of see what I'm doing, so they know, how to improve.
Come on now, not everyone has a Zeta Cassian.
Yeah, I screwed up earlier. I mean, this is not good. I screwed up yesterday. I lost one of my Phoenix battles, so I'm sitting here trying to make a guide for Phase 4, and I'm losing battles. So it's it happens. I mean, I didn't see it happen. I thought I had it in the bag, but I got to Wave 6, and I used the special weapon, just like I'm about to do now. 5 skulls. Oh, this is brutal. Okay.
All right, let's see what you get, man. Let's see what your roll is.
It's 5 skulls. Okay.
Oh, have fun.
All right, so now I'm going to use the special weapon, which wipes out their protection. That's good, but
you've only got 1 commander, so that's not a bad move.
If you control the 10 meter with Jin, if he doesn't get to go, you should be fine.
Yeah, because like I think on mine I had 2 commanders, so you drop that airstrike, they just regenerate all the protection anyway.
Okay, don't attack the droid first. Attack the commander, please.
Yeah, I'm trying. He was taunting, so I had no choice.
Oh. See?
Oh no! He just wiped out my Cassian. Oh no! Just wiped out my Jin. This is not good. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, that's the end of this.
Nope, they're going stealth, dude. It's ball game. Those guys don't play when they go stealth. it's over.
Rest in peace.
Yep.
No, that's respectable, man. That's a tough mission. That's a tough mission.
Yeah. The only critique I could say is I wait until they taunt to use the overhead attack because it removes their buffs.
That was horrible.
Dude, that I guarantee if you scroll up on that list, it's pretty even split between 5 and 6.
That's so disgusting, man. I mean, that's brutal. That's really disappointing. I wish I was able to get Baze to use that AoE when their health was low like that before they regen all their protection. That would have been cool. But, man. All right, let's see what happens now. Now the hardest part of the whole thing is going to happen, so let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to roll with Commander Luke lead. I'm going to roll with R2-D2. I think I'm going to use Ezra. I'm going to use
Farboy. Get Farboy in there.
I'm going to use Lando. And
oh, we got Wrath in the chat.
I think
I think you need a tank. You sure you don't want to put a tank in?
I think I'm going to go with with old Ben.
Yeah, some solid choice. I love using old Ben.
I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to decide whether I should use Sabine or Lando. I'm kind of thinking Sabine.
No, not Sabine.
She does a lot of damage with her basic too.
Yeah, I got 6 earlier with CLS, Farm Boy Luke, Stormtrooper Han, Scarecrow Pathfinder, and R2D2.
That ability block from Oban is crucial in preventing.
Oh yes.
All right, well, this is the squad. Let's see what happens.
I don't know, man. If you get those snowtroopers with the counter, that Lando's gonna kill you, man.
No, he can go stealth with R2D2. So.
Oh yes, correct, yeah. In my face.
It should be fine. He would shit. I like to use that overhead attack off, in that first round. I like to save it.
I like to use them in the first round because I know it's an instant. I basically have all my abilities on cooldown for the next round. But I mean, it's still a roll of the dice no matter what you do.
It's so funny seeing Lando use his AoE and landing days on the characters.
See, man, I haven't got to use Wedge yet, or excuse me, Lando. Not one time have I got to use Lando. I platoon him every day. Wiggs, Lando, Leia. I don't get to use any of those characters ever.
Oh, I don't use any AoE characters just because of that counter. I'm afraid of it.
Oh yeah, and I learned my lesson on that today, man. Oh wow, they one-shot my base. He had full protection. Had I think 3 or 4 of those snowtroopers at the counter. They all countered and they all called each other to assist and just like 100% to 0. Just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I wish that I gotta increase the potency in my R2D2 because I wish his stun was a little bit more reliable. But I think these guys have jacked up tenacity.
They definitely do, because if you use a resistance team, they resist the expos quite a lot.
Uh-oh, we got some alpha. Wrath, what's up, man?
Ni hao. Welcome from China.
Word.
How you doing over there?
Work around China trying to block Google.
Okay. So Google's the enemy.
Yes, China hates Google. Luckily, I have a VPN that tells China that I'm not here.
Okay.
Well, happy to have you.
I don't know how far I'm going to make it here, guys. I'm already losing protection here, and I'm in wave 4 now. So,
Tell you, man, Farm Boy Luke, Pathfinder, it's the key to success.
No way,
dude. I'm telling you, man. I breezed through it today. That might be my. I make a video like every 6 to 8 months, and this might be my next one. My little Pathfinder, Stormtrooper Han, Farm Boy Luke trio. Malia's asking you to use the overhead attack.
Yeah.
Right now?
Don't use it now.
I somehow feel Mally is trying to set you up.
I did it.
Percent.
No, he needs to get his. Oh wow, did you really do it?
Give into the peer pressure.
I totally did
said
it.
No.
He did.
I totally did it. Okay, so this is going to be a problem. 3 skulls, and 2 of them are snowtrooper OPS, so this is going to be a problem.
I would take them out and then use your basics because you need to get that overhead attack for the 6th wave.
Alpha Mole Lies is in the chat. Now he's in the chat. Wrath is in the chat. We got him in here. Keyboard. How you doing?
We got a party here tonight.
Yes.
Oh, don't you just love those counterattacks?
Oh, Ezra counter's awesome.
That overhead attack isn't charging up fast enough.
Well, if you get down to like the last two guys, you kind of waste some time to get it built back up.
Yes, just use the basics now, Ramon.
Yeah, I would take your time. Because depending on the draw you get on phase 6, I mean, this next phase can be tough.
That's for sure.
Did you get 6 of 6, Wrath?
Yeah.
What did you use? Which 5?
I use CLS, Ben, R2, OG Han, and Old Man Han. Han the healer, Hoth Han. He rezzed R2 a couple times.
Yeah, I had a guy in the guild today.
So I've got 5 skulls here.
Overhead attack, right away.
Overhead attack or,
Yeah, you got no
Orlando AoE?
I would go with
I'm thinking Lando AoE.
Now, these two guys in the front are just going to go invisible and heal themselves for the health.
So I'm thinking Lando AoE, then overhead attack.
They won't counter you.
No, not these guys. Oh, the Snowtrooper will. The Snowtrooper will counter you and might wipe your Lando out, actually, because he'll call an assist when he counters.
Okay, so let's use the overhead attack.
Yeah, I would go with the overhead attack.
Commander, so they're not going to get any extra protection. Those ops will just go stealth and heal themselves.
Okay, who heals them? The ops? Who heals
the two guys in the front with just bouncing up and down with their rifles.
Who should I go for first? The ops or the droids?
I would try to stun that Snowtrooper. Get that Snowtrooper stunned so he doesn't counter. But if you don't land the stun, he counters, and it's tough, man.
I mean, once he gets off Ben's ability block, he should be fine. Yeah, I would take away the 10 meter from this. Yeah.
Okay, so I should use a basic here. Try to stun.
Cool. You should be fine now.
Don't say that. All right, AoE.
I was curious if these missions were completely randomly generated, and they definitely are, because yours was way different setup than mine.
I think I had something similar to this, but I had had 3 snowtroopers.
All right, Mr. Zob coming through with the clutch.
Ben is so good.
All right, now you're telling me that they're all the same.
Got it. 6 of 6. All right. Nice. So I blew it with the Rogue One, but I did pull it off here, so that's good.
Good job. Good job.
Okay.
You're better than Peter Maurice. Didn't you have some problems with the Rebel?
No, I got the Rebel 6 to 6. I kind of crapped the bed on the Rogue One. It's not good.
No, I took off my arena mods to mod the Rogue One team, and that's the only way I think I could have 36 waves, really.
We got a bunch of guys in my guild in the chat and stuff, but sorry, I'm not remodding my whole roster for every phase of territory. There's no way I can do that. There's no way.
Well, it was just convenient that at the time that we had a heroic AAT going on, so I was still in the process of moving mods for my AAT team. So I was like, why not?
You're a wild man.
All right, so I'm gonna try. Now I'm gonna do the last combat mission here.
Was it no RP? Oh, interesting.
Well, Pat, you were saying earlier somebody got it. These Barris, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
What do you run for these bottom missions? Wrath of Resistance?
Yep, full resistance.
Yeah, me too. Anybody out of the chat? Resistance is a pretty much shoe in for 6-6 on any of those bottom phases across the board. That's
if you have a Zeta Fin.
Go-to team.
If you have a Zeta Fin, yeah.
That being said, I don't. We haven't had like a heavy resistance platoon day in Xi. So like in the event we got like 6 or 7, all the way up to 15 fins or Poes and platoons. That might cause a problem. We had 20 bays for days 1, 2, and 3 every single day. They were all the same. 20 bases. I couldn't believe it. That was nuts. Wolfpack in the chat asks, is the bottom better than mid for resistance? And then our very own Malia Bean answered, yes. You will go 0-6 with resistance in the middle because it requires rebels. Thank you, Malia.
Yes.
So,
Thank you, Malia Bean, for that insightful info.
I think what he meant to say is, for any mission that requires only light side characters, you could use the resistance team. That should be the go-to team to use.
Yeah, because clones are decent for the first 4 phases. They really fall off in phase 5 and 6. All these missions that require the soldier and the scout, they all, you're probably going to use rebels with them. So you're really not going to have any rebels left over after the middle and the platooning.
You've been having the worst luck with getting your Po to expose the characters.
Yeah, he's kind of getting the shaft.
Ooh, this should get interesting.
This may not go well.
I think I have an easier time with the resistance teams though, because I Zeta'd my Rey in hopes of soloing phase 4 of the heroic tank.
Okay. Let's get some exposes here.
The days really...
I guess it does, but you're supposed to daze. There's an ability you unlock through all territory battles where everyone has a chance to daze. It's just she has a 100% chance once she's not debuffed.
Are those really only handy on the guys that counterattack?
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I love the resistance, but I've never even considered doing a Rey Zeta. A terrible decision. I was seriously considering doing Farm Boy Zeta until I got 6-6 today. So she's probably a much better investment than him.
Oh, 3 skulls on this one. I should have saved that overhead attack. Okay.
Who am I, Mario Bean? I'm the guy that wanted to solo with my resistance team, okay?
He also has the Rey figure at home, so we don't want to know what he does with it.
No. Wolfpack is saying you got to check the skulls because they are different sometimes. None are counters.
Now, it could just be me, but is his ray hitting at all?
You're saying she's not doing enough damage?
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I think my ray is still gear 10. No, she's gear 11, sorry.
That explains it.
No, she's gear 11.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not good.
I think you might need more potency for your squad.
You're probably right.
Yeah, because your trooper is just coming up short every time.
At least he has the overhead attack of wave 6.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hope not enough. Let's play for like 3 skulls only.
I smell 5.
I smell 5 too. And it doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell good at all. 3, okay. Alright. Overhead attack.
I called it.
Okay. Oh, a dodge? A freaking dodge?
Yeah.
Oh, you luck box. What is this?
A dodge? Oh, Jesus, that was horrible. This is not good right now.
Well, if you do assist attack on him, or not,
I'm not going to do anything. I'm done.
Let's
I'm
say
done
if
right now. They're
you would have
going
done the assist attack on that droid, the trooper would have called to assist, and if he exposed him, he would have gone again. You could have dispelled him.
This is over now.
There's a lot of wood ends.
They're just going to wipe me out now.
Good night.
I'm not even getting a chance to go again. That taunt.
Yeah,
You were all the
Well, dude, you got a chance if you could overcome the 400% protection disadvantage you're at now. It's just, look at all those protections ups they spammed across the board. That's crazy.
Yeah, you probably should have stunned. You probably should have stunned one of the elites off the bat with Finn.
Yeah, using the other attack was not a good idea.
What are you stalling here for? You trying to? You're like thinking about it.
If I'm going down, I'm taking one of these guys with me. Okay, that's what's happening.
I don't know, man.
Probably not. All right. All right.
You put up a heck of a fight.
All
That's
right.
respectable. You only missed 2. That's actually very, very good.
No, but it wasn't perfect.
Yeah, that's really disappointing. But all right, I'll take it. So now I'm assigned to platoon.
Everybody in the chat, give Mr. Zob a round of applause.
I'm assigned to platoon middle, I think. So I'm going to do that. Not platoon, deploy or whatever. Let me deploy all my ships here.
Okay, I'm glad this isn't just me. I have a real hard time clicking on the deploy in the ships. I'm glad that's not just me. I thought I was kind of tripping, but
It's because it's like it's already on deploy the second you get there, and you think you have to like press it again, but you don't. So
that's probably what it is.
I'm going to deploy here, which should get us the 3rd star here, right? Yep. And
No, we 2-star in the middle. We can't 3-star just yet.
it should get us the
If
2nd.
anybody in the chat has any questions, fire them away.
It's still saying that Captain On Sol is required, but we can't do that battle yet. So,
Correct. Yeah.
so select all, deploy. And that'll get us the That gets us to 70,707 here. And we need some more people here, so looks like we're on the road to 43 again, so that's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah. Don't forget you could activate your Rolo, right?
Yes.
Every bit helps.
I can do that. So let's go do that actually real quick. Let's activate Rolo.
Oh, you haven't activated her yet?
No.
Oh, yeah. Do that right on the stream. That'd be cool.
Okay, so there we have our 50 Rolo shards. Thank you guys for that.
It was a guild effort.
Yeah, nice teamwork, guys.
Okay, so we will claim these Rolo shards, and then we will activate Rolo.
What was I doing? Oh, yeah.
Do you think you'll use Rolo in Arena? Ever?
No.
I've been considering that Rebel Barrage that she has.
Her or Captain Han for any other aspects of the game except for, you know, the occasional territory battle use. It's unfortunate.
There she is. Okay. So
Looking good.
let's just see her spin for a little while.
Well, that's cool though. I mean, that's a good thing we just learned there. Like, as soon as you activate her at 4 stars, that gives you 1,000 GP. So I mean, as a guild, you know, you're just getting 50k GP instantly, and then everyone's going to rank her up. So just unlocking her alone will help a guild out huge. You know, that's an extra character everyone has across the board. You probably get her to gear 5, gear 6, level up to level 50 relatively quickly. You get a big, nice boost to your guild GP.
Yeah, I can't say. I think overnight after activating her, our guild increased in GP by 500,000, which was insane.
Let's see here. Do we have any? No Fulcrum shards. We got some more Gauntlet Starfighter shards. So I meant. Let's see. Where am I at with that? 69 of 100. So I need 30 more on that.
Yeah, we've got a very, very few in our guild. So I mean, once you get that ship to 7-star, I mean, you can't use it. It's helpful for the platooning.
So I'm going to get Rolo here to level 85.
You got some opportunity there at the bottom of your roster to boost up your GP a bit. You got a couple guys at like 45.
Yep.
Put mods on them.
I can do that.
Yeah, we should have her next week unlocked, so that'll be good.
So I'm gonna...
There's something that you don't have for level 1 gear?
Yeah, you better hit up that light side mission. Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked at the same thing, yeah, but apparently I'm not prepared for Rolo. You know, sometimes with these newer characters, they like to change up the early gear a little bit.
Yeah, hers is quite a bit different.
You know, traditionally, it's always been similar gear for the type of character, right? So, like, a tank has the same gear as other tanks. An attacker has the same gear as other attackers. Stuff like that. But
I actually burned through all my purple materials leveling up skills the other day.
yeah, what I do is if I don't have the purple mats to like get them all the way up, I just level them up to like level
3.
level 3 with the blue and greens. you know, and
Yep.
just go there. Okay, we need one more.
I guess I could use this time to remind you to finish your dailies. You have like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'll do that. It might not be possible.
Hey, we got some pretty wise guys in Panda and Wrath here in the chat. I mean, if you guys have any questions, now's a great time to do it. Get some unique answers, not just me and Ramon.
Wrath is all-knowing, all-seeing.
Coming from China.
So what's the weather like out there, Wrath?
Today it's 83 degrees. Tomorrow will be 90. It's been humid the last week or so, though.
Are you in South Carolina? Are you here with me?
I'm in Hangzhou, China. Should have been home. Ended up staying an extra week.
It's called Honcho.
Hangzhou, so Hangzhou.
Man,
But pronounced Hangzhou.
I want it to be Honcho, like Honcho, China.
No, it's actually a pretty area. There's a lake that's about a 15-minute walk from here.
Oh. Oh wow, I see we have a few trolls in chat. Huh?
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. Yep.
Trolls?
Yeah. Panda, what type of panda is your favorite panda? Panda.
Black and white ones.
Best to defeat a hurricane. Really, really sticking it to you there.
I think it's the ones that escaped to China, right?
Yeah.
Just avoid them completely.
Wrath Mallybean has a question for you. How far away is the Starbucks and train station from your hotel?
So the Starbucks is 1 block. The train station is 2.
Okay.
Good to go.
Not bad. Are
It's
you
like
get, are
being
you
back
still
in
are you
Vegas.
still getting your your extra cream latte with vegetable cream cheese and a butter bagel?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
It's interesting. The Starbucks here, the coffee is the same. The food is different.
No scones?
Not really. A lot of mooncake right now.
A lot of moon cake. Okay.
Yeah, like a little cake that's got kind of a weird filling, usually fruit.
You ever like go to battle somebody and you're like, what's this guy doing battling? You know, like I'm sitting here hitting somebody at rank 32. This guy's in a battle. What's he doing?
But the question is, why do you?
What's this guy doing at rank 30? Rank 33?
Why are you 41, man?
Because I
Oh,
don't.
good Lord.
Pick off arena.
We call that the danger zone. That's where everybody comes to get you.
If you go to bed tonight, you'll wake up in the hundreds.
No, never that. I will. I'm at rank 41. I've been sitting here for like 3 days.
That means there's only 41 active people left on your shard.
No, there's lots of people that come up into the mix all the time.
Boring to me now. I love this game, but arena is just. I've run the same team for a month. Can just beat anybody on the shard, relatively easily.
You need to be on my shard has been unique and active since the beginning. Lots and lots of different groups, so I have to switch stuff around.
Yeah.
We were just talking
My
about this before.
shard's pretty much the same 15 characters, just different combinations of them. I'm using
Yeah,
like the odd guy out.
It's pretty much every shard.
Yeah, I'd finally retire Chopper. He wasn't doing me any good anymore.
let's just annihilate Leia here.
I mean, at least Chopper has a use for territory battles.
Tell you what, he's good. And, you know, not everybody is in an alpha, right? So, like, if you want to be an asset to your guild, I mean, you really need to find uses for characters like Chopper, Farm Boy, like the leftover rebels, you know, because the more meta characters you can platoon, you know, the more helpful you are to your guild. And if you can get, you know, 5 of 6, 6 of 6 with just the trash rebels left over, you know, you're in good shape. I mean, you're an asset. You know, anybody out in the chat that's, you know, might be a little under GP'd, they might be able to land a home in a much better guild than, you know, than what they could probably find if they're willing to platoon the Bays, the Shurits, the Landos, the Wigs every single day, and just, you know, still be competitive in the combats with the trash.
All I got out of that, Maurice, is that you like farm boys.
Yeah. Farm Boy is my little man crush of the month. He's my new little. I'm desperately trying to find a use for. So I try to persuade people to try him out.
I'm having fun with Hoth Han.
Let's try him out. Mine's 6-star. I did get him to gear 10, but I can't use him today. I guess he has to be 7 stars to use today, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll try him out next week. I think I'll have him done. Because all those Hoth characters, the Scout and the Soldier too. I mean, you use them. They might not be the best characters, but you basically get a get out of jail free card with them when they resurrect themselves and they die for those special.
Oh, so our GP is number 1 in the world now, huh? By 300K.
It is.
Yep.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Hoth Scout, he steals turn meter and or adds turn meter, doesn't he? And stunts.
Yeah, I think he's really good. I think Scout's actually very usable because I mean he's not in platoons, so he's always there ready to use.
Right now, I'm farming hard on potency mods just because there's so many characters that need it now.
Yeah,
mainly around TM manipulation.
Yeah, and I'm a big advocate of the Scarecrow Pathfinder for this. I think he's awesome for territory battles. Especially under Commander Luke when he counters, he gives 15% turn meter to the whole team. I mean, regardless if they're, you know, rebel or not, he's awesome.
Well, that's also because you don't have a whole band, don't you?
Listen, man. Yeah, that is true. That's probably a very good point. If I had old band, I probably would never even, you know, tinkered with him.
No, to be honest, his basic is quite helpful. I mean, that turn meter boost is amazing.
Yep. I didn't realize it till today, so I'm working on gearing him up a little bit more now.
Oh, he sucks. He's like Kenobi. He's like identical to Kenobi in the gear he needs. It's crazy.
So, in a moment here, we'll go into the meta report. But yeah, just pretty disappointed that I lost those 2 battles. I was kind of hoping I'd clear the bottom. I didn't think I'd have any problems with the bottom challenge. I'm surprised. So this time, instead of the Rebel challenge, it was the other one. So
I think Resistance has more RNG than some of the other groups. If you resist, and you're done.
Yeah, I think it was Wrath. They throw some more potency on them, and they should be good to go next time.
I mean, it's not only that. Well, yeah, actually, to be fair, you barely exposed anyone, so... Yeah. Usually when I go through my resistance, I would ensure that the last character that, you know, per phase exposes over them. So going into the next phase, I tend to have full turn meter on my entire team.
That's a really good suggestion, actually, yeah.
Well,
I mean, at the same time, you'll have cooldowns ready as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have some better mods on that squad, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think you really need some more offense secondaries and whatnot.
Yep. All right, but we'll do the meta report here in a minute, and then we'll do some. We'll try to do a battle with Rolo. See if we can use her at Gear 6. So, any questions to answer out there?
Oh yeah, we got a few. Let's see. First question of the night was from Dario Alvarado. Apologize if I butchered your name. Who would be a better Zeta between CLS, Qui-Gon, and R2?
Well, I mean, there's quite a few Zetas there to discuss. R2 has 2, CLS has 3, and what's the other one?
Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, as much as I'd like to say Qui-Gon, I guess I'd have to say, honestly, I'd say R2-D2, because R2-D2's Zetas really benefit a lot more as far as the fact that R2-D2's, you can use him in pretty much, like 3 or 4 different squads. I mean, you can use R2-D2 with CLS, you can use R2-D2 with the Rogue One squad, you can use R2-D2 with your Jedi, you can use R2-D2 with, a lot of different squads. So, I mean, I would say because he's just more universal, I'd say R2-D2. Plus R2-D2.
And when he says R2-D2, he means number crunch.
Exactly.
Yeah, the last unit.
If I had to rate them, I would do R2-D2 number crunch, CLS binds all things, R2's combat analysis, and then maybe CLS's second, the other two on CLS, I guess. I would do number crunch first.
I don't know, would you really have Qui-Gon's lead that high now? I don't think he's useful anywhere at the moment.
And then, this is coming from me. I don't have any Zetas on Qui-Gon or any Jedi at all. Just, yeah. I don't really feel that CLS's lead is really that beneficial. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I can't pull the trigger on it just because it's not enough for me. Like Qui-Gon gives you like a whole new faction, like viability, I guess.
Yep. All right, let's take a look at the meta report here. We have the top 10 leaders at rank 1, and surprise, surprise, Commander Luke Skywalker is dominating at rank 1, with General Kenobi right behind him, and then you have Rex right behind him, and then with a very small sliver, you have 7 other people. And that's Grand Admiral Thrawn, followed by Qui-Gon Jinn, Admiral Akbar. It's pretty interesting, Admiral Akbar. Wedge Antilles, Finn, Darth Maul, and then last but not least, Darth Nihilus. So, pretty interesting. Any thoughts on that? I mean, not much change since last week. I guess the only real change here is that I think we're seeing a little bit more Akbar than we saw last week. But the Akbar meta is definitely coming back, and I think it's time for everybody to get their tactical genius on.
Yes, sir.
Honestly,
it's crazy. We saw Wedge and Qui-Gon kind of making a push there for a couple weeks, and now they've fallen all the way off. People just abandon ship quick on those.
Well, Qui-Gon is dying because of the Rebel meta right now, and it's just dominant. I mean, Rex is always going to be a part of the meta, because he's just counter to pretty much every squad you have out there. Kenobi is, Kenobi's definitely one of the best characters in the game all around. I mean, I'd say he's top 3. So, I mean, he's always going to be a part of it. And Commander Luke is just taking the world by storm. So, it's interesting to see Darth Nihilus is still holding on there by a thread. I can't even. I wouldn't even be. I mean, if you're facing a Darth Nihilus lead, do you even think about that team? I mean, that's just like an automatic victory in my head. You look through that team, right?
Well, yeah, but I think those 9 are probably going to be on the shards that, like the brand new shards, as soon as you could get him. those missions. You basically got a free Nihilus. I'd imagine those 9 are probably on those shards, because I have an alt account on one of those shards. People still rock Nihilus just because he was a free player.
Honestly, I was trying to share my opinion about this with you a little bit earlier, and I'm just kind of disgusted about the way Arena is right now, period. I mean, I think that, there was a time when Arena was really competitive, and there were ways to really create like a great meta squad that defended really well and was able to hold, rank overnight and, throughout the day, and it was challenging for other people to face. And when they did beat it, it was like awesome because they'd record it, they'd show it to you and be like, hey, I beat your team today. And, it was just a different situation than it is now. I feel like now, it's just like from rank 1 to rank 50, everybody's running the same exact team. They've all got the same exact players. There's no exclusivity on any characters. It's all just everybody's got everybody, and the 5 guys that everybody's running them, and it's like, really it's just a matter, the only difference is the mods. It's just who has better mods. That's what it is. And on defense, it's non-existent. I mean, you're basically just, it's who wants to spend the whole day, refreshing their arena, which is, again, I mean, I just don't find it as interesting as it used to be, and that's why, I'm not, really participating as much in Arena as I used to be. When Arena was competitive, that was still my favorite part of the game. It always will be my favorite part of the game. So I consider myself to be more of an Arena person than a raid or, PvE, type guy. So I always like, the challenge of putting together a good synergy, a good squad out there, a team that I think, at least based upon the abilities that they have and the mods that I put on them and the order in which I want to put them out there, will do really well on defense. But right now, there's just no squad I can field that I think will hold overnight or even be a challenge for anybody out there. I mean, the only way I could be more challenging would be to just be the fastest. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it. And that has nothing to do with just putting together a good synergy or a good squad. That's just more about RNG, because I could have bought 3 times more mods than you've bought, but you could have 4 or 5 20+ speed mods more than I do, and that's just because you were lucky and I wasn't. I mean, so I don't know. To me, it's just less interesting, and I wish Arena was more like it used to be. And hopefully there's something that's coming down the pipe here that's going to shake up the meta a little bit and make Arena a little bit more interesting again. Even before, when there were like 5 or 6 teams, when it was like kind of like a pizza pie, and you had like Akbar. I mean, I'm sorry. You had Grand Admiral Thrawn. You had Kenobi leads. You had Finn leads. You had Rex leads. That was interesting at least. I mean, everybody was running a different squad. You could level up multiple teams, and it worked. Right now it's just CLS, and it's all about having a Gear 12. I mean, there's guys at rank 50 that have Gear 12, CLS, and R2-D2, and I don't know. I just, it's kind of disgusting. Anyway, moving on to the top 10 squad members at rank 1, we have R2-D2 and Commander Luke Skywalker, and then General Kenobi. So that's pretty much half the pie. A little bit more than half the pie. It's R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, and General Kenobi, followed by Grand Admiral Thrawn, and now Han Solo. Raid Han is relevant, and he's working his way up. What do you think about the recent relevance of Raid Han? Do you think it's all due to the Zeta?
Oh, I love it. Ever since I Zeta his unique, it's made him like 100 times better. He does so much damage, and what's the most important thing now is with his rework, he gets to attack through foresight. So in this meta with Kenobi and R2-D2, you basically hit them regardless of foresight.
Which basically nullifies Qui-Gon Jinn, Zeta.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, the reason he was virtually unusable is because why would you waste your first move stunning a a pre-taunt. They changed it, you know, so you can bypass the pre-taunt now. Panda said you go through foresights. I mean, he's something else now. Like,
he's really, really good.
Damage.
Really,
damage.
really, really good.
I use him in R2, so you can't stealth the team.
He's being used more
Yes.
in rank 1 squads now than Darth Nihilus. And I thought, in my eyes, I would say Darth Nihilus is a top 5 in the game character, and Han Solo's ahead of him now. So, I mean, you have to kind of rank Han Solo up there, too, at the moment. You know, obviously, the ability to go first in every encounter is great, or every battle. And then also, you know, that stun. And, I mean, if you jack up his crit chance, I mean, you're basically getting 100% turn meter every time you use a special. So, he's a great character. You know, he always had a great kit, just was missing something, and you know that ability to basically ignore taunt at the start of the encounter really helps him out a lot. And then the Zeta just makes it that much more challenging to face teams with him. I mean, he really hits hard as it is. The only downside I'd say about him is that he's ultra squishy. So. Baze and Chirrut behind Darth Nihilus, and then we have Barriss Offee and Rex to round out the top 10. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you think Barriss Offee is working her way up or working her way down right now? You're going to see less of her.
For me, she's a counter to Han, because she just gets annoying.
Right.
Zeta. I think she's definitely making a climb, man. Because if you notice, when you gear 12 a character, you can see all the pieces they need, and all these pieces that you can put on a gear 12. I mean, there's one that gives like 6,200 health. They all give massive amounts of health. So I mean, the more these pieces start going on characters, the better Barriss gets. You know, because they're just regenerating and they're staying alive longer. I think she's going to make a big leap. I think that's, if you've got a spare Zeta, Barriss isn't a bad decision for the long term of the game.
I think when you see a lot more, I'm not talking about getting to Gear 12, but like you were saying, a lot more Gear 12 pieces actually attached to characters, you're going to see a lot more health manipulation like Barriss Offee. So yeah, I mean, I agree. You're going to want somebody that regenerates, health like that, and maybe even, protection. So characters like. Like Commander Luke, obviously, will still be there. I think, we're definitely going to see a meta shakeup at some point here. As we draw closer to the Last Jedi film, I think we'll see a lot more characters, Empire characters, and things like that that'll be released. So we'll have to see what happens, but I'm looking forward to that.
Well, we'll see a direct, positive correlation, too, between Barriss and Nihilus. The more Barriss is, the higher Barriss climbs, the highest Nihilus will climb, too, because obviously, I mean, that's a direct counter. You just kill somebody instantly. You don't even have to worry about them regenerating.
Right.
So.
All right, let's go back to the questions. I saw one here I just want to address. I think was just a moment ago. Somebody asked me what my first arena team was. Wolfpack.
Yeah, that was Wolfpack at Remon. What was your first arena team, and what has been your favorite arena team since you started?
Okay, well, my first arena team was definitely not my favorite arena team. My first arena team was, if you want to, I'm not going to count a team that you have to have in the beginning of the game because you just don't have characters. The first team that I built was the
droids, wasn't it?
No, that wasn't my first team. My first team that I built was actually the Jedi team. So I used to run Qui-Gon Jinn lead with Barriss, Luminara, and I used to run Eth Koth, and I want to say I want to say Chewbacca. Yeah. It's Chewbacca I ran for a while. I mean, I ran Chewbacca as my tank for a while, and that health regeneration was good for him. But yeah, I mean, it was all Jedi. So it was with the exception of Chewie. So it was like it was Qui-Gon lead with Eth Koth, Luminara, Barriss, and then eventually I switched when Yoda came out, and I got Yoda, and they reworked Ahsoka Tano, the Padawan Ahsoka, and I got her in the mix too because she had a speed increase, so that made her pretty fast. She used to go right after Yoda, and Yoda was the fastest character in the game at that time. That's before mods or anything like that. So yeah, that was my first team. My favorite arena team was the droids, absolutely. So I mean, my favorite arena team was when I ran the HK-47 lead with IG-86 General Grievous, and then it was also IG-86 General Grievous,
B2.
B2, yes, B2, and Jawa Engineer. Yeah, that was my favorite team. When that team came out, because nobody had B2 and nobody had General Grievous really, it was a great mix, especially with the speed increase, and that was like right around when mods came out. That was like right when mods dropped, so I was able to get my General Grievous to be around 200 speed, which was great for him. So I mean, that was a really cool squad. I mean, I remember also because a lot of people made mistakes when mods first dropped. They leveled up the wrong mods, and fortunately there was somebody in our community that was giving us good advice on which mods to use and how to level them up. So I was able to put together a really good team, and I didn't actually showcase them until after the characters weren't available anymore. Like I remember I waited until B2 was no longer available in Erodium packs to actually put that arena team out there. So there was only one other person on my shard that had B2. And I ran that for a couple of months, and I pretty much held rank 1 down for a solid 2 months. But then the meta changes. It always evolves. But that's when, like I said, what we were talking about a little bit earlier, that's when you could put an arena team out there that could really hold and really played well on defense, and it's because of the the order in which you put the team out there. The way the battle would start. I mean, you would pretty much off the bat lose a character or two to my IG-86, and if he called General Grievous in, I mean, that was just going to wipe somebody out. So. Because at that time, I think General Grievous had the hardest hitting basic. The only real problem he had was he wasn't fast enough, so giving him that speed increase with the mods really helped out a lot. But that's the answer to that question.
All right. Next question. Grievous for the win.
Yeah, I hope they rework him for sure.
Okay, this one is from Boone281. Been using 5s in Arena and staying top 20, but don't have him Zeta'd yet. What do you think of him under a GK lead, Zeta Barriss, R2 Han? So the team is GK lead, Zeta Barriss, R2 Han, and he's asking about the 5th being 5s.
GK, Barriss, R2, Han, and the 5th being 5s?
Yeah, Zeta Barriss.
With a GK lead?
Correct, yeah.
I think that's a good team.
Yeah, and with the GK lead, every time 5s uses his assist attack, he taunts, correct? Isn't that how it works?
Yep.
Yes.
So, I mean, and with Zeta Barriss, that is a pretty solid team, especially on defense. It's beatable, but it's annoying, so people might just avoid you just to prevent, having to play like a 4-minute arena match.
That's really the name of the game right there. Is you want to just have the most annoying squad on the shard because nobody then will want to fight you because it's just going to take a lot of time. So even if it's not necessarily a team that's just going to hold because of it's hard, it's impossible to beat. It will hold because people just don't want to fight you. So I avoid teams constantly with like a Zeta Barriss and Kenobi lead, because I just don't feel like having a 5-minute battle. It's not because it's not because I think I'm going to lose. It's because I think that, I'd rather just beat somebody in a minute and 30 seconds, 2 minutes, and those opponents usually avoid. So yeah, I'd say having a good defensive squad is an annoying defensive squad right now. All right.
And maybe on offense, you substitute in somebody else to just kind of speed up your battles, and maybe on your last battle, throw in 5s and leave them overnight. I think you probably will hold a little better on defense. And he doesn't need a Zeta to do that. Yeah, that's a good team you got there, Mr. Boone.
Next question. Definitely good squad.
All right. This next question is for Panda. Are you still with us, Panda?
I am.
This question is from Mr. Alpha Mole Eliza. Panda, who is the best player in Alpha?
Wow. Funny. So there's this little joke he's going on that he's the best player. So I can't say anything else besides Mr. Alpha Mole Eliza himself.
Well, that's
looking for remote up.
That's actually exactly what. That's exactly. You're exactly right. It is a joke. Because Alpha Mole Eliza is not the best. No, the best in Alpha is probably I'd say JVox.
You see, this is why you want a great officer, because JVox isn't part of Alpha anymore.
No, I know he's not. I'm kidding. That's why I said him. But
Okay.
We have actually quite a few really competitive players, really top of the world players. So I mean, it's really tough to say. Sky is obviously on the list. Alpha Mole Eliza is up there. Wrath, are you still here, Wrath?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, Wrath is up there. Obviously, Malia Bean is up there in spirit. He may not have the roster of some of these guys, but he's a very intuitive player. He's very good at figuring things out and putting together good squads, coming up with good battle plans and things like that. I mean, him and Daniels Jax as well. I mean, we have a guy like Daniels Jax who's basically, for all intents and purposes, a free-to-play player, and the guy keeps up just by completing all of his dailies every day, making sure he doesn't lose any of the free resources that you get from the game, and that keeps him in the mix with some of the strongest players in the world. And the guy's barely spent any money on the game, so that just shows you how far you can go. And he pretty much creates all the plans and does all the math for us for these territory battles, and his math is spot on. So if it wasn't for him, we'd be in a lot of trouble. So I mean, he's a big part of everything that we do.
Oh, he's a massive asset to the community as a whole. Daniels Jackson. Daniels Jackson's the man.
Absolutely. All right, next question.
Andy wears skinny.
He wears what?
Skinny jeans. He's also good, don't you?
He definitely wears skinny jeans. All right, next question.
Question is from good old Maurice. It's actually directed towards Wrath. How many pairs of skinny jeans do you own?
No skinny jeans for me.
All right. Next question is
I carry at least 20 Starbucks gift cards.
Nice.
Party gifts for the ladies.
Yeah, so if you ladies are looking for some Starbucks, Wrath is your man. We've got, let's see, Kuzo Kenobi. Kuzo Kenobi asks, should I gear 12 my Kylo while I wait for the last shards of GK? I use him as my tank with R2 until I get Kenobi.
Did he just say Kylo?
He said Kylo.
Ugh.
I would say no, unless you just have unless you're wanting to invest in the entire First Order squad, which really, depending on where you're at in the game, it's not really going to help you much, or really at all for TB. I mean, I would suggest Gear 12ing at least a couple Rebel light side characters first. CLS, R2 are the obvious options.
Yeah, absolutely.
GK, I mean, what you should be doing if you're waiting on your last shards GK, I mean, if you don't have GK finished to Gear 11 at least, I would hoard everything for him. Because he's pretty much, top 5 all-around character in the entire game.
Yeah, I have to
my
agree.
opinion.
I have to agree. So Rebel Officer Leia Organa here. Let's see what she does. So this attack deal physical damage 8 times to random enemy targets. Enemies struck more than once suffer ability block for 1 turn. This ability's cooldown is reduced by 1 whenever Leia scores a critical hit or suffers a debuff. These attacks can't be countered. That's her AoE attack there. She's going to go down with 1 swing of the lightsaber, so, I mean, we just have to try to survive here. But next question.
All right, let's see what we got.
What were you going to say, Panda?
I was saying, of all the characters to resist the ability block from Old Ben, I didn't think she would.
Right.
We got a question from a guildmate of mine, Zai, represent. Munter asks, who do you guys think the next event character is going to be? Any potential characters to grind up for the event?
Well,
I guess he's
let's
hypothesize on the next legendary character.
Well, let's take a look at it. Right, you had Jedi for Yoda. You had Rebels for Palpatine. You had Phoenix for Thrawn. You had Empire for R2-D2. So that basically takes them all out of the mix. What does that leave us with?
That leaves us with the upcoming Night Sister meta. Mother Thousand will be the legendary event character, and you'll need all 5 of the very lackluster Night Sisters to get her.
That would be awesome, and that does make sense. That does make sense if that does happen. But there's also the bears, right? So you have the Ewoks that could possibly mean something. If you're getting a character maybe from Endor, in the movie, you could use the Ewoks to get them. That would make a lot of sense because that would be a great way for them to make money.
I mean, what, C-3PO be the only character I could see the Ewoks unlocking.
Well, you will need the Ewoks for that ATST event. I mean, they said that. I don't know when it's coming back, but they kind of gave us a free pass and it gave us all the characters, all Zeta and Omega, and geared out to use. But in the future, that is coming back, and I think that's the way you get Wicked shards, right?
Pretty much. So that's how we'll get Wicket. But
and they constantly do. They constantly prepare us for the future without us knowing. Like the TV was coming out, and long before the TV came out, they were getting. They're like, get your Phoenix up for Thrawn. So everyone got their Phoenix up for Thrawn, and lo and behold, you need him for this. And like the Rogue One all came out, and just Rebels in general. They're preparing everyone for the last 6 months. Everyone's like, "Oh, I hate Rebels. Why we have so many Rebels? Screw the Rebels. It sucks." Blah 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 blah. And all of a sudden, you need them all. So they prepare us for the future, and they gave us these Ewoks, and it wouldn't surprise me if the next legendary event had to do with the Ewoks.
No, that'd be cool. But I think yes, Ewoks could be like a C-3PO thing, but honestly, I think the next legendary character, in my opinion, is going to be. I think it's going to be somebody from The Last Jedi. So
that's a very good guess. Yeah,
I think it could be Old Man Luke. It could also be. It could also be like General Hux. It could also be the Leia from that. You know what I mean? Because remember they said they were going to do something for Leia when she passed away, and I mean really the only thing we have is this character here, Rolo. So I don't know.
I think that's actually a really good guess in General Hux, maybe, because I mean they're giving us Phasma, right, for the character of the month, to maybe, I mean, any First Order character would be a very good guess. I would think, yes.
Yeah,
because they're giving us Phasma maybe this month. That's good thinking.
Well, think about the other characters that are going to probably come out. Okay, so for a fact, you know, we're going to get that Praetorian Guard, that new guard that looks like the Red Guard, looks like the Royal Guard, but it's made his armor's made more like a stormtrooper material.
Right.
So we'll probably get that guy. But there's also going to be some new characters. Like, for example, Benicio del Toro's character is going to be in the movie. You know, I think he's going to be a scoundrel. You know, but if you're talking about, you know, they're going to probably have Snoke. They'll probably have, you know, Lightsaber Rey will probably be a character that we can get. That might be the next legendary character, is Lightsaber Rey. That would be a really cool legendary character to have. And it would be, you know,
so to summarize,
and to get
everybody. Gear up everybody in your roster.
No. I think you gear up. I think you gear up First Order for Lightsaber Rey. I think First Order is going to be the requirement.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, we touched on the Kylo ship earlier, and I've been wanting to gear up First Order Stormtrooper for months, but he just takes so many carbonics, and I keep putting them off. You know, if we could get the ship, or if there's like a new First Order requirement, I mean, that would finally give me the incentive to gear him up, because he's a really good character since they reworked him. That would be the end of the world.
I think the next legendary character should be Handless Luke. You know, just he just rubs you with his nub. You know, and you just get really grossed out and you lose. You know,
nothing like a good nubbing.
Get away from me with that. You know, but it's no. In all seriousness, I think that's what it is. I think you're looking at First Order as the next faction that's needed for a legendary event. Although that probably wouldn't be the best option for them money-wise, so I'm sure they'll have to think about that. But we'll see. If you're talking about the next, like, historical character that we're going to get, I have different opinions about that. I think the next historical character that we get, as far as not like a new upcoming character for a legendary event, I think is going to be Darth Revan. So,
ooh.
That's what I think. But
New Phoenix characters that could come with the return of.
No. We don't need any more of those.
Hey, you gonna get rid of your chopper so quick? I thought you know.
Chopper's about to go to Gear 12.
All right. One last question, and let's call it a stream.
One last question. Okay. Ooh, this is tough. There's a lot of good ones left. All right. We'll kind of combine these two because they're kind of the same thing. Joseph Herford asks, will a mass update buff for the old Jedi characters be the only way a Jedi meta will return? Or is there any sort of Jedi meta team possible at the moment? He also asked, the same person asked, thoughts on Hermit Yoda. So we can kind of combine those two, I guess.
Okay.
On a Jedi rework and Hermit Yoda, I guess.
Well, I think a Jedi rework is, you know, all but guaranteed to come at some point here. I mean, you know, you have characters like Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, Ayla Secura, you know, characters that have never gotten any kind of attention since the beginning. Jedi Knight Guardian, Mace Windu needs some. Kit Fisto, Mace Windu needs some love. So there's a lot of options to go with here. I think we will see something like that here in the near future. I don't know if that's going to be the next rework that we get. I do think a droid rework is coming at some point too. So we'll have to see. But I'm definitely a big fan of the Jedi rework, and if that comes, I do see characters like Qui-Gon Jinn still being very important. Right now, if you're asking me like what a meta team is right now that you can run that's Jedi, I'd still say Qui-Gon Jinn can be used. Zeta Qui-Gon with R2-D2. I'd say you're probably still going to want to have Commander Luke in that team. And then, maybe run like an Ezra Bridger and an Obi-Wan, or like Old Ben. And you may even want to have a Zeta on Old Ben too. And that team might be good as long as you're farming, Hermit Yoda shards, so that when he comes out, you can throw him in the mix there too. And my thoughts on Hermit Yoda. I think initially looks very strong. We'll have to see ultimately whether he's going to be as meta-defining as some other characters are when people start to roll him out, because as we know, he may be super meta right now. He may be able to defeat, let's say, the CLS teams at the moment, but will that still be the case 3 months from now, 4 months from now, 5 months from now, when a whole bunch of new characters have come out and the meta has shifted? Nobody knows. Again, this happened with Raid Han, right? Because Raid Han, when his kit was first created, when the raid dropped, definitely had a viable kit. But as time moved on, or as time progressed, and other characters came into the game, Raid Han kind of fell to the wayside. You didn't really see him as a viable option in Arena, and now he's just kind of seeing his emergence again because of the Zeta that they added to him and the reworks that they did to the Rebels. So, what do you guys think?
You still with us, Wrath?
I don't think so.
I think he's
Panda? What you think about Hermit Yoda, Panda? You got some Jedi.
Well, he looks exciting, but I don't know. He doesn't do any damage, so it's a top really for Arena. I mean, he will be the fastest character under Qui-Gon Jinn lead, but then again, Raid Han will still go first. He can hit through foresight, Counter him.
Well, you kind of touched on it. I mean, the Jedi lack damage, right? Isn't that one of their main problems? Well, I don't run Jedi. I've never run Jedi. They're not very appealing to me as far as their abilities.
Oh yeah, most definitely is. And then against Barris Zeta, you had no chance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Hermit Yoda will be stealth. But even then, I mean, it's tough to see.
Yeah, I think Hermit Yoda is going to be meta. I just think it's just a matter of what squad you're going to run with him. Because again, I think that the Jedi definitely need a rework for Yoda to really get his full potential. Because if you have now a reworked, let's say Plo Koon, a reworked, let's say Ahsoka, a reworked, Ayla Secura, you could really see a big difference. Ayla Secura is already good, so you give her a rework and you give her some love, a nice Zeta ability. Ayla Secura could become, one of the best characters in the game because she already has a pretty good kit as it is with her, her counterattack, her stun, her call and assist. Overall, she's just a great, pretty great character. So I think if you give her a little love, she'll be better. I think if you give Plo Koon and Mace Windu some love, they're going to be characters that I'm going to use for sure myself. I mean, I would love to use Mace Windu. Unfortunately, he's just not good enough to use in any part of this game right now because he's just that horrible. So I wouldn't even use him, just for fun because he's not fun to use. So that's just the way it is. But
Kanan, you could run 2 tanks with Kanan and Kanan got a Zeta. Kenobi is your 2 tanks. There's all sorts of possibilities there.
sure.
I don't know. I just don't think the Jedi will compare to the Rebels.
Yeah, I agree.
This comes down to damage. They need just a damage overhaul. It's like 15-20% offense across the board.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Well,
Because remember with Yoda, it's 45 you're gonna be facing.
Yeah.
Well, the Rebels are a very strong faction, but bear in mind that there are a lot of Jedi in this game that just aren't getting any. I mean, you're talking, like I said, we just named a few. You're talking about Plo Koon, Ahsoka, Jedi Guardian, Ayla, General Kenobi. All these characters have no Zetas. These characters are waiting to rework, and Zetas. Imagine Kenobi with a Zeta. He could be much better. Qui-Gon with, let's say, Kenobi, a reworked Ahsoka, a reworked Eth Koth, a reworked Jedi Knight Guardian, a reworked Plo Koon, a reworked Ayla. You're talking about 10 other characters that all of a sudden become possibly viable based upon a rework. That could really be interesting. So we'd have to wait and see. Then you add,
especially with like Ahsoka and Plo Koon, because they're pilots, right? So I mean, you're gearing them up for the ships anyway. So it'd be nice to have some use for them.
Then you add,
in other areas of the game.
You add like a Hermit Yoda to the mix too. It's even more interesting.
I mean, you talk about adding a Zeta to everyone. I hope they come up with new ways to farm Zetas now.
I was actually kind of shocked that they weren't in this new store we had. I was.
Well, I think they should add a Zeta. I think they should add a Zeta to the daily rewards. I think like every day when you get an Omega, I think you should get a Zeta. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, do I think they're going to do it? No, but I think they should do it.
Yeah, I think it's reached that point in the game. I mean, it's almost a year now that Zetas have been introduced. So, you never know, they might.
We'll see. I'd like to see it. I agree 100%. All right, but just to thank everybody for sticking around. It's a pretty long stream today. Normally, we try to keep it around an hour, but a lot of stuff to cover. Obviously, we did the territory battles today, so hopefully everybody enjoyed getting a chance to see me get my butt whooped. I did try my best, and I think overall I did okay, but glad that you guys got to see the final phase of us reaching 43 stars this week. Next week we'll be back hopefully with some more information about the changes that they're making to territory battles and the rewards. Also, I'm being told there's going to be some other new added things that are going to be coming into the game next week, so I'll be sure to reveal that stuff to you guys as soon as that drops. But I appreciate everybody checking us out today. I had a great time. If you guys have any questions or you'd like to join us for chat, just go over to the ALLIANCEGaming.com and join us in our Discord. We'll be there after the show tonight, just chatting it up, probably for a couple of hours. You can always reach me on Discord if you have any questions you'd like to ask me directly. Check out some of my recent videos. I'm going to be posting some more soon too for territory battles. So we'll be posting a guide for each of the phases of territory battles, and I started already with phase 1, so you'll be seeing more of that. But I appreciate you guys staying with us tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. But may the force be with you guys, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, guys.